Right. Let's get back to this. Been a couple days, man, since we chopped it up. Leonard Ellerby's nose, man. Good to see you. Clutch City 71, man. What's good? Leonard Ellerby Schneis. What's good? Gregory Whyte, what's good, my man? What's going on, St. Cruising? Gregory Whyte, Almighty Law 703. What's blazing in sports? Lauren Bevel, what's happening? Right Hook 1000. What's going on, man? Oh, man, what's going on? Ron Finkel, what's going on? Sniffing around. Derek McKee, what's good, man? Michael James, Chosen One, Shadow 979. Shadow 979. King 513, Derek Cowan, what's going on, man? Harold Jones, B&B Boxing, General Squirrels, Broderick Hunter, D-Dap. Cornelius Littlejohn, what's good, man? Gregory Whyte, Almighty Law, Reggie the Tree, what is good? What is good? I'm chilling, man. I got a thumbs down already from somebody. Man, what is going on? What is going on? Adderwild M, what's going on, man? Keith? Man, I heard that. Is he hurt again? He hurt something else? I mean, you're in a fight. You're going to get hurt. I don't know, man. I don't know about that boy Keith Thurman, man. I woke up this morning in the mood to defend him. I really did. I was like, I know that 78, I know 78 and Black Fight Fan TV are going to get that dude, going to do a tongue lashing on this cat for this weekend. But I knew that was going to happen before the fight happened. So I was like, I'm going to try to wake up this morning, man. Maybe I can, be Team Thurman today. I woke up in the mood to be Team Thurman. I had to quit the team right off the bat. Man, I had to quit the team right off the bat, dog. Got 3. He does. He had a finger injury. What's going on, man? Said Uncle Fannon. What's good, baby? I'm chilling, man. What's good? Yeah, man. I wanted to be Team Thurman, man, and I was trying to muster it up, but I just couldn't do it, man. I just can't do it. I don't think the dude looked that bad in the fight. I think the outcome of the fight, was a little exaggerated. He got hurt, but hey man, he didn't quit. He didn't get knocked out. He won the fight. Thought he won the fight. So he won the fight. The dude hadn't fought but once in 3 years. He won the fight. So I'm like, hey man, mission accomplished. Could have looked better, could have looked dominant, but he didn't. But the Malcolm X thing, come on, Keith. Come on, Keith. Let's not try to pander, dog. Let's not pander, man. What's going on? Oh shit. Oh man, I misspelled. I gotta go do something, man. Hold on, man. I can't believe I misspelled 4 in the video thing, man. Give me 1 second while I correct this. Fro. It says Whyte or Miller Fro Joshua. I can't let that go. Can't let that go. I gotta correct that real quick. For Joshua. Man, talk about phonies, dog. I wish these cats would just go ahead and announce this Dillian Whyte fight. Stop acting like you don't know what you're going to do. You ain't fighting no damn Daryl. You ain't fighting no Big Baby Miller in New York. Stop that shit. If it happens, I'll be shocked. But fuck out of here. Get out of here, man. That shit ain't going on in New York. That dude's fighting Dillian Whyte. Announced the shit already. I think these cats are trying to create anticipation about who the fight's going to be, keep the interest going. Because as soon as he announces it, ain't nobody going to give a shit. Right off the bat. Art of Mastery said, missed my chat last time. I'm blocked. Focus ball. Oh, how you blocked? Focus ball? Much love in the super chat. How you blocked? I'll go back and check. I'll check that. Let me make a note. Get you out of here, man. Don't be blocking Focus Ball. What's going on? Jeff, the producer, says salute and thanks for the excellent content, brother. Hey, man, my pleasure, man. Avid Boxer fan, I already don't give a shit. Ron Finkley, Dillian versus AJ in the UK at Wembley. I tried to tell these fuck boys. That's what they are. Absolutely, man. You try to tell them. It's always been Whyte. Everything else is bullshit, man. Just come on, man. Just get what's going on, Michelle Bouchard, Brandon Iverson, Fannon the Great, that hoodie gang, bro. What's good? Yes, sir. I look old when I put my hoodie up. But hey, man. Yeah, man, I love my hoodies. Whose tube is this mine? The Don, I had experiences in my teens and 20 with possible parenthood. Was never in support of killing my child. Neither time was there an actual pregnancy. Dog. I'm glad you got a chance to check it out, man. Yeah, I did that video up there. If you guys just, hey, I put a video up there in the Patreon. Definitely a sensitive topic, man. And I tried to like walk down the line, man. But you know that topic is up there, man. For the cats that joined the Patreon, I talked about exactly how you can go about, you know, the first thing in parenthood to be a good father is don't kill your baby. Okay, now there's a lot of people, man, that have had, you know, where their family, their wives, their girlfriends, hopefully not your wives, your girlfriends and all that have had, you know, have ended pregnancies. And man, there's a whole big thing about that. Man, I started going on about the whole genocide thing and, you know, what Planned Parenthood is all. But then I thought to myself, you know what, man? We as men don't really have a lot of say-so in that because it's women's right. That's a women's right issue. And it's kind of ignore the fact that it's your child too. So I try to lay out a practical approach about how you can avoid that type of situation. And I put it up on the Patreon. So, you know, check it out, man, for people that want to have family that are, you know, thinking about it, what they're going to do as far as developing, you know, as far as starting their family, and avoiding that is all planning. But by the way, man, abortion, that's not Planned Parenthood. That's ending a parenthood. That's not planning your parenthood. You really should plan your parenthood. So anyway, man, just let you know that's up there. Check it out. Why is Lewis Coleman the hated man? So Lewis Coleman, smash the like button for 9, even though he a Thurman hater. What's going on, Lewis Coleman? I'm not a Keith Thurman hater. But you gotta, because I think the dude can fight. Like I was listening to what Black Fight Fan TV said about him and Terence Crawford. I'm not so convinced. That Terence Crawford's gonna knock out Keith Thurman. I don't see that. I don't see it. Win the fight, more than likely. Knock him out, I don't see that. But especially with and Julius and Dungo type of body shot. However, it's death. It's an early death with Errol Spence Jr. But as far as like, so I'm not really anti Keith Thurman as far as what he does in the ring, man. The guy can fight, man. And you know, Josecito Lopez after 3 years off, he won the fight. Yeah, he got hurt. Yeah, he got wobbled and all that. But, you know, it is what it is, man. On to the next. And we'll see if he makes some improvement. But when they made that argument about the fact that the dude might just not be around, he might just, you know, he's looking for the Pacquiao fight. And after that, he's going to hold the whole holding the belt hostage and all that. Hey, like I said, I woke up this morning thinking, man, I want to do something in support of one-time Keith Thurman. And then I tried my best. I did a video. That's about the best I can do. That's the best support I can muster from him, and it ain't easy. But I'm going to tell you what made me want to do it. I'm going to tell all of you cats who are lucky enough to have, you know, a healthy amount of melanin in your skin. Stop calling us beige. That shit ain't cool, man. All right? I just got to express my frustration. There's a whole bunch of beige dudes. Let's not make fun of people for having beige skin, okay? I just got to say that, dog. I got to say that because I'm offended. As a more beige-ish type of cat, hey, man, Ali was a beige-colored dude. Joe Louis was beige color. We got Charlie Bullard. Man, come on, man. Let's not insult. Let's not make fun of the melanin handicapped. All right. Respect the game. I just had to say that. Strip him. Yeah, he doesn't need to be stripped. Oh, he defended it, so he can't be stripped now. Lauren Bell said, thank you. They hating on the light skin. Dog, I can't fucking stand it. Dog, I can't stand it. Because that's a secret in the black community. Y'all don't like light-skinned dudes. There's a lot of like really, 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 you know, like the healthy dark-skinned cats don't like light-skinned dudes. They don't like light-skinned dudes. But see, if we were to say some shit funky the other way, oh, it should be hell to pay. Should be hell to pay. It ain't my fault, okay? It ain't his fault. Now, beige acting dudes, Keith Thurman, the way he acts, trying to run off to Nepal, the ponytail, Man, he need to let them braids go, dog. His shit look thin, dog. His shit look real thin, dog. Let the hair go, dog. You're going bald. And all that shit is what's driving him bald, too. Yeah. I ain't a man. Yeah, get them. Yeah. It was tough on me, man. But then again, so I came out trying to defend Keith Thurman, and I couldn't do it. I couldn't do it. The whole argument was just, it was too good. I can't. Yeah, he was. Yes, he did stall out Sean Porter. He did stall out Sean Porter. Yeah, he probably did fake that accident, like being injured in that accident. Yeah, he does act a hoe. He does act a hoe. And he sounds like one of them wishy-washy ass dudes. I got cousins like that. Like, I got cousins, I got some straight-haired cousins. And they're kind of like, funny with that, dog. Like, come on, man. You ain't use Negra, okay? Don't get caught out there, dog. Don't get caught out there. And Keith does seem like that type of dude to me. He really does. So it's kind of hard for me to, it's justifiable criticism on Keith Thurman, dog. He said Keith didn't fake no accident. Come on, man. Not fake the accident, fake the injury. Let me correct that. Fake the injury. Was the injury serious enough? And people fake injuries now. Don't act like people don't fake injuries. But I can't prove it. But all things considered, yeah, Keith got some bitch in him, dog. He got some hoe ass tendencies in him, man. He just does, man. He does. I can't lie. I wanted to be supportive of him. I did, but I can't because it's too hard. Because he's done too much shit. He said too much shit, and he don't want Errol Spence Jr. And I don't believe he wants Keith Thurman. I think he wants to join the crowd of semi-retired second-tier welterweights. I think that's what he wants to do. He wants Pacquiao. And then after Pacquiao, he might want Amir Khan. He might be willing to fight Amir Khan. He might be willing to fight, like Manny Pacquiao. He might, Adrian Bronner might get a shot. You know what I mean? I don't see him fighting like even Omar Figueroa, something like that. I see him try to skip to the head of the line, dog, and it's hard for me to believe in him, dude. It's hard for me, man. Like Mr. Glass Thurman. You see that shit? I like that movie, Mr. Glass. That motherfucker like Mr. Glass Thurman. You a Keith hater, bro. Stop hating. You're a fucking moron. Dude, you guys, sometimes the corny ass phrases need to leave, okay? That's criticized. I criticize him. I'm not hating a dude. Hating on him? He is injury prone. Fuck you want me to say? The dude fought one time in 3 years. Okay? He had surgery on his elbow, then he broke his hand, and he was out the rest of 2017. He has one defense. Before last night, he had two title defenses of the WBA belt in 3 years. That's not hating. That's a fact. That's a fact. That's a fact. He held up the WBC belt for 1.5 years. Dog, if he's not going to fight, give up the belts and do whatever you want to do. Ain't nobody I'm not rushing. I'm not trying to rush Floyd Mayweather Jr. into fighting. He ain't got no belt. But semi-retire without the belt. Okay? Semi-retire without the belt. If you got the belt, you need to fight. Okay? And I my hamstring, I pulled my hamstring. All that shit, no. You just got to live with it, dog. You just got to live with it, dog. One time in 20 months, one defense of the WBA belt in 20 months. That's ridiculous, man. Fannon Thurman just embellishes a story a little bit. Yeah, I mean, what was that? Oh, it's flute. Nah, man, he was like that before. Man, I ain't blaming his wife. His wife might have a little more heart. Hold on one second, man. Let me see something. But y'all, hey, man, Keith is tough to defend, man. Keith is tough to defend. I want to defend him, but it's tough to defend. I wanted to defend Adrian Bronner for a long time, man. I mean, it's tough to defend. And you're just going to have to live with it. If your boy acts a punk, you got to live with it. You know what I mean? I liked Riddick Bowe, but Riddick Bowe has got a whole lot of hooch in him, dog. All right, it's just what it is. I liked Riddick Bowe. I like Riddick Bowe more than I like Evander Holyfield, man. But Riddick Bowe didn't want that. He didn't want none of that heat. He didn't want no beef with Lennox Lewis, and it's what it is. And he can get mad about people saying that. I don't know how many years later, still act like it was manager. But look, man, it is what it is, dog. You could have fought that dude. You could have went out your way, try to make that fight, and but you didn't, dog. But you didn't. Jay Bird in the building. What's good, man? Much love in the super chat, man. Thank you, Jay Bird. Always represent, man. Appreciate it so much. He didn't fake surgery. Come on now. I didn't say he faked surgery. Didn't say he faked surgery. What I said was he embellished that car accident injury. He could have embellished that. The hand injury, he could have embellished that. Faking surgery, shit, you can have a surgery. Shit, you can get a tooth pulled. Bone spurs, I don't doubt that he has bone spurs. Whatever, man. But dog, come on, man. Give up the belt. You can have all the surgeries you want, man. Give up the belt. You can have all the surgeries all the time that you want, dog. Keith, the man, your boy is Swift. I ain't saying he's the man. I got shin splints, coach. Man, my track coach used to hate that shit because I would say I got shin splints to get out of running. I was a jumper in high school, and this moron got me working out with the fucking marathon runners. And I was like, Jesus Christ, I want to win my track event this weekend. I want to win this week. So I can't do it. Oh, I got shin splints, coach. I can't go on your 10-mile run. Dumbass, because if I go on this 10-mile run, I'm not going to have any legs left. Okay? Shit, you train for what you do. I'm not going to be running the mile. So I faked shin splints. Coach hated. He knew I was faking shin splints, but couldn't do nothing about it. And I won my track meet. Still, you can exaggerate shit. What's good, Ashley's Corner? How you feeling? Good to see you. Thurman needs to go underground and play his flute. Hey, see, man, now we hitting low blows with the flute and all that, man. But let me change subjects, man. All right. Anybody want to bet that Anthony Joshua fights Dillian Whyte next? Anybody want to make a bet? Wilder have surgery on his hand and at motorcycle accident. Was he out 3 years? No, he's trying to get that money. He's trying to get that money. And now Deontay Wilder and Keith Thurman are different type of dudes, man. Keith Thurman is kind of an Anthony Joshua type of dude. I think Keith Thurman is a lot like Anthony Joshua. He was the first. He's like, I was here first. That's what he thinks, right? And he sees these other guys coming up, and he still thinks that he's the man. Because that's what he was gunning for. He was gunning for Mayweather. He was gunning for Pacquiao. That was his career ambition. But he was just a generational tweener. He was just there at a time when that wasn't going to be available for him. He was too dangerous for Floyd to want to fight, or Manny Pacquiao to want to. Too dangerous, not enough money. And then now Floyd is gone. He's still hoping to get his Manny Pacquiao fight. That's what he wants to do. He don't want to get in there with Errol Spence Jr. I bet you he'd fight Mikey Garcia, though. I bet he'd fight Mikey Garcia. I'm surprised that you are a gambling man for nine. Hell no, gambling with money? No, I don't gamble with money. But I'm just saying gentlemen's bets. We can wager on who's right. I'll wager on something like, like my man Cornerman Radio. I used to try to bet him. I ain't heard from Cornerman Radio in a while. I got to reach out. Cornerman Radio, I would bet him like, man, look, if I'm right, you got to do a video say Fannon knows boxing better than I do. He wouldn't take the bet because he's like, I am never telling somebody you know boxing better than me because you don't. Hey, I'll do those type of bets. I don't like money bets though, man, because I don't like to collect on cats. Because if you don't pay me, I'm going to be pissed, right? Like, you don't pay me my money, I'm going to be really pissed. And there's nothing I can really do to get my money back. So if it was like the casino, I know they're going to pay me. I can sue them. But not that I would over the type of bets that I make over here. Smack game on point. I'll gamble with no money that Whyte is next for Joshua. Yeah, I mean he is. They're just trying to build. I don't know what I think they're just trying to build anticipation, trying to keep, a good way to keep, the name there. Dillian Whyte is probably trying to negotiate for more money, but Dillian Whyte is negotiating for more money because Dillian Whyte know Anthony Joshua ain't got anywhere else to go. And I think he figures, shoot, all these other cats will turn him down. Anthony Joshua's been turned, man. Anthony Joshua's had people several people not really trying to feel fucking with that dude. He's an ass. That dude is an ass. Did you see this video? That dude did this thing. I did one this weekend, man, where Anthony Joshua put out this meme. I guess you call it a meme. It was a picture of him, some rapper. Like, I don't even know what the dude was. It was a terrible job. Like, he could have hired somebody to do something better than that. But anyway, trying to portray himself as a puppet master. And then the next breath said, we're on our, sorry fans, we're getting as close as we can to get an opponent for this fight. Like, oh, nobody wants to fight me. Like, you trying to sell Anthony Joshua as if Anthony Joshua is an avoided fighter? Is this dude an avoided fighter, or is he the king of boxing, or which fuck one is it? Okay, is he avoided or is he the king of boxing? Which is it? Can't be both. Okay, people were just chomping at the bit to get in there with Mayweather. Cats were chomping at the bit to get paid to fight Mike Tyson, right? Even though they didn't think they were winning, they were taking that fight. Cats were dead to rights afraid, still took that fight. Michael Spinks was afraid. I think Michael Spinks was straight up afraid. Got in there, still took the fight because he was getting paid. They probably just don't want to have you like being the prima donna. Like, hold on, man. If this is supposed to be the biggest fight in boxing, I'm fighting the biggest guy, dog. No, I need to get paid too. I'm not jumping in there just for the hell. Not that bull. You remember that bull crap argument that Eddie Hearn taught Anthony Joshua? Well, look, mates. If you think you can beat me, just take a low payday this time. And then if you win in the rematch, then you'll get your best payday ever. We can split it in the rematch. Dog, you the favorite. No, I'm getting paid now. How about this? How about you pay me now or we don't fight? Fuck is this? Bird in the hand. Oh, there's two in the bush. Let me get paid up front. And then I'll give you a better cut next time if we do it. No. How about no? He would get stripped. Let me see. Fannon, did you hear Jay freestyle? Oh, Dale McCray, much respect, said people forget. I think people forget Whyte was the original choice anyway. Much love in the super chat. I don't. He was the only choice. And trying to hold out like you coming to the United States to fight Dillian Whyte. To fight Jarrell Big Baby Miller. Big Baby Miller, you believe, you're supposed to think, we'll just come to the United States to fight Jarrell Big Baby Miller. How much money you think you're going to make fighting Jarrell Big Baby Miller in New York? It's not pay-per-view in the United States, it's DAZN. So unless DAZN just flat out pays for it, which, come on, man, these cats ain't going to keep doing that shit. Not for Anthony Joshua. Because you're trying to get, DAZN is not going to pay Anthony Joshua $20 million to fight on DAZN in the United States. Because he doesn't have a fan base. They can do that shit for Canelo Alvarez. Because Canelo, and I don't think they might not get their return out of Canelo Alvarez on that. Right? But say they do that for Canelo Alvarez. They're not going to do it for Anthony Joshua because Anthony Joshua doesn't have a fan base. So he's going to come over here, fight on DAZN for how much money? It can't be, or they're going to do pay-per-view in the middle of the night for Anthony Joshua in the UK. That's going to cut into his pay-per-view numbers significantly. Right? And what are they going to do? Get 15,000 into the, that shit's stupid. Okay? That shit's stupid. They're not going to do that. I don't see how they would do that. So stop faking about Jarrell Miller in the United States, okay? That's just the akin to Deontay Wilder. So, well, you know what? I'm not going to fight Tyson Fury in the United States or Anthony Joshua. What I'm going to do is I'm going to go to the UK and I'm going to fight Dave Allen. I'm going to fight Dave Allen in the UK. Yeah, that's what I'll do. Fuck out of here, man. You fighting Tyson Fury in the US. Cass just killing me with that, man. But you know what it is. Just believe what he say. Brazilian looking dog. How do you look Brazilian? Just wondering how you look Brazilian. You realize that there are more black people in Brazil than anywhere outside of Africa? I don't look Brazilian, I look black. Brazilians are black, stupid ass. They got more black people in Brazil than they got in the United States. You know why that is, dumbass? They speak Portuguese, don't they? Quiz, who were the original slave traders from Africa to the Western Hemisphere? The Portuguese. Because the Portuguese and the Spanish were the first people in the African slave trade, commissioned by the Pope. The British didn't get into it until much, much later. Thank you very much. You're a dumbass. I do not look Brazilian. I look like a black man, a beige black man. I love black white man, but god dog, man. Beige? Pretty much anybody with melanated skin is black, and I'm very, very black. I'm just black as any of y'all because it's a cast, okay? It's a cast. It's a cast. Yeah, they be killing me. You look Brazilian. Get the fuck out of here, man. Yeah, more people, black people in it there. Oh, what's going on? What's up from Omaha, Nebraska, the home of the pound for pound #1 fighter in all of boxing? Terence Crawford. Light skinned. I'm not even light skinned, dude. My wife's family told me that shit. No, you're brown. I'm brown, dog. I'm brown. I'm brown. You are my tribe from Nigeria. You know what, man? I had a good friend who's Nigerian. I used to run. My daughter played tennis, and when I was still running around, could run, move around. He's like, move like an Igbo. I am brown skinned person. I am about an average colored person. Average colored. Thurman will knock out Crawford. No, nail to the nose. He ain't gonna stand still long enough, Lewis. Come on now. Keith one time is over. Now, he did show that he got that nice little boop. If he hits you, if he sits down and hits you, he can hurt you. But we'll see. I don't think, no, let me rephrase that. We won't see, because I don't believe Keith Thurman. No, the thing about Keith Thurman is you got to doubt this cat's commitment to boxing. He already made it. This dude just made a couple $1 million last night. I bet his numbers did well too. And that's the next thing. Oh, let him do 2 million. Let him do 2 million. His ego gonna go through the roof. Let him do 2 million views on Fox. His ego is gonna go through the roof. Okay, it's already through the roof. Fannon, what a chance did you give Dillian Whyte against AJ in the rematch? 90-10. AJ, 90-10. 90-10. I give Dillian Whyte about a 10% chance of pulling that shit out. Dillian Whyte's going to get knocked out. He's going to get knocked out. And then that's bye-bye Dillian Whyte. Bye-bye Dillian Whyte. Dog, you got dropped. Dude, Dillian Whyte just got dropped by Joseph Parker. I ain't a believer, dude. I like him I like his style. I like his attitude. But Dillian Whyte gonna get bombed out of there, dog. I can't wait to see Agagba. Man, I know I'm killing this. Get up in the rankings. Yeah, man, that'll be good to see. Sophie is the best belt, and and Deontay Wilder owns them. Yeah, said damn 90-10. Yeah, 90-10. Dillian Whyte gonna get knocked out. Dillian Whyte's gonna get knocked out. That's my prediction for Anthony Joshua, Anthony Joshua, Dillian Whyte. Oh. People make me pay for stupid shit. Okay. Not the W. Fannon, do you think Adam Kwanaki is a top 8 heavyweight? No, I don't. Let me see. Okay, you got the 3, 4, 5. Maybe just outside the top 8. I will still give Joseph Parker that. I would mean his fighting style. He's going to be exciting to watch. He's going to come to fight. That was a bad fight from Gerald Washington. Kwanaki didn't look that good in the last fight he had. He looked good this fight because Gerald Washington just stood right there trying to slug with him. I don't get why he did that. He would do that, but I mean, inside the top 10, he might be a top 10 heavyweight. But let me see. I would give some of those younger guys chances over him. But of course, you got Deontay Wilder, Anthony Joshua, Tyson Fury, Luis Ortiz, Dillian Whyte, Joseph Parker. I would put a Brazil. I think Dominic Brazil probably beats him. Then Danny Dubois, Agagba. Maybe Kwanaki right around there. I just don't think. I think he's a tough guy. I think he's going to get cut up and he's going to get beat. That. But I like him though. Jay Bird, man. Much love in the super chat, Jay Bird. Let me make sure I check this out. I might have been a little bit behind. Dang, you doubled up, Jay. But Jay Bird? You doubled up. Also, man, Dale McCray, man. I think people forget Whyte was the original. I got that. And Sugar Fantastic. Much love in the super chat, man. Ashley, Adam Kwanaki is delusional. Yeah. I like Fannon. He is a black dude from Nigeria. Yeah, Agagba, yeah. Yeah, Agagbe. Forgive me, man. I'm killing the dude's name. Godwin equals troll. I mean, hey, man, I don't think most of these Nigerian dudes are not trolls as long as we get up off of Anthony Joshua. We just got to get off. See, I'm not judgmental on Nigerian cats about just in general. I tried really, really, really hard not to block them when we talk about Anthony Joshua because I think they're realistic about the rest of boxing. But Anthony Joshua, y'all got a soft spot for that dude. But here's the thing, man. He acts like a bitch. Okay? Straight up. I mean, I don't know what to tell you. I hate that it is that way, but that's what I think about him. Okay, I think he can beat. I think he has the ability to beat anybody. I really do. As far as his talent level and size and his strength and size, his strength, his power. The fact that he's a bright guy in the ring, he's a smart guy, and I think that he sees what's coming. I think one of the best attributes about Anthony Joshua is how smart he is in the ring. Outside the ring, though, he's being a prima donna. He's being a prima donna. He's got a lot of casual fan people around him that have made him behave like man in a manner that I think is inappropriate for a heavyweight champion. He behaves in a manner that's inappropriate for a heavyweight champion, in my opinion. But I don't think a lot of these Nigerian dudes are just trolls just to be safe. I got real trolls. Real trolls are cats who will just say they argue with everything that you say. If you say for example, when I said Adrian Bronner lost to Manny Pacquiao, there are guys that literally said, "Oh, I'm surprised Fannon thinks that isn't going with this Anthony Joshua, Adrian Bronner. I'm surprised Fannon saying Adrian Bronner didn't win. And because he just keeps riding, Wilder, and he said this and he said that and he said this and he said that." I'm like, dude, you agree with my point of view on the video. What the fuck are you getting into the rest of that shit about? You just looking for some negative shit to say. You know what I mean? So a real troll will just keep coming, and no matter what you say, they got an issue with it. And if they agree with it, then they'll just say, "Oh, you only said that because you're trying to deflect off of these other things that you said." That's a real troll. Excuse me. Nigerian dudes, man, just like Anthony Joshua. And some of them ain't real boxing fans. Or they're boxing fans, but they're new to the game. They're relatively new boxing fans. You know what I mean? I'm not a new boxing fan. I've been a boxing fan for decades. I've only been a fanboy of one fighter, the guy that I got into, that got me into boxing, and that is Muhammad Ali. Muhammad Ali is the reason why I like boxing, the reason why I originally liked boxing. And I started paying it after he left. I kept paying attention to it. I think that's how it is for some of these Nigerian dudes. And that's okay, because 10 years from now, and a lot of them are younger guys. Whenever I see a Nigerian cat talking that shit, I go to their page and I'll see, oh, this is a young dude, piano player. Really, he's a Nigerian that's living in the UK, educated sort of dude. This is probably him just getting behind Anthony Joshua. A fan of sports, but just getting into him. But I don't think these dudes are necessarily for that. I'm 50 years old, bro. Okay. Good for you. I'm trying to give you credit for not being a troll. If you're not you're 50 years old. I didn't say you, that's you. I said a lot of these other guys are. I didn't say how old you were. I'm not making it about you. You got to understand there's a lot of cats that come to the channel. I'm not talking about you, man. I'm not talking about you. I don't know you. I'm talking about a lot of the Nigerian cats that come to the page. I'm not saying how old you are. I have no clue. But I can tell you on many occasions, these are younger guys or guys that just got into boxing. But if you like Anthony Joshua, I don't have a problem with you liking Anthony Joshua. But he's acting like a bitch, though. Okay? He is. I took my son to basketball. My son has a trainer for basketball. Dude works out with him. Sometimes my son doesn't give his best effort. And the coach will just say some shit like, hey, look, man, I got to send you home. He'll literally be like, in the middle of practice, stop, look at my son, tell him, hey, get your bag and get out. You're not working. You're wasting your time. You're wasting my time. Goodbye. And as a father, what am I supposed to do? Oh, no. You got to keep him here. You got to keep working with him. No. I'm looking at my son. He's running flat-footed. He's not paying attention. He's not giving his best effort. That's what the coach said. Hey, I'm not going to – I love my son more than you love Anthony Joshua, okay? But when the coach said that about my son, I got to accept it. Got to be like, you know what? He's right. And move on with it. You like Anthony Joshua, but Anthony Joshua acts like a bitch. He talks like a bitch, okay? He moves like a bitch. That's what he's doing. That's on him. You can like him as a fighter, but don't get on me for pointing out that when you say you're going to freeze somebody out, you say, give me $50 million, and they give you the $50 million, you still don't take it, right? When you say people got to be financially realistic, when you say all this stupid shit, you acting like a bitch. You know, I'm not going to sell my soul for $50 million. All right? You acting like a bitch. But you guys want to defend bitch-ass-isms. You know, that's what I'm saying. Don't defend bitch-ass-isms. That's why with Keith Thurman, I'm telling you, to me, Keith Thurman and Anthony Joshua, they remind me of each other. And it's not because they're both beige, okay? They remind me of each other because they're different kind of guys, right? They speak differently or whatever, but they're guys that have very, very high senses of themselves who in my opinion, are playing games. Who, in my opinion, are playing games. They're trying to move their way through the division to get themselves. I think that they pay as much attention to what they do outside the ring as what they do inside the ring. They pay as much attention to the things they do outside the ring as inside the ring. And they're willing to do, and if it doesn't look real good for them inside the ring, they'll play games outside the ring, right? They're not Adrian Broners, okay? Adrian Broner is not the best fighter in the world in the ring. But Adrian, and he's a fucking moron outside the ring. But it's about things not related to boxing. If a guy with the skill set of Adrian Broner can continue to fight tough fight after tough fight after tough fight after tough fight, and lose and still take another fucking tough fight, right? He continually fighting guys that he has a marginal chance of beating. From Mikey, he's an underdog against Mikey Garcia. He was probably even money against Jesse Vargas to being a big underdog against Manny Pacquiao. He keeps taking these fights. The next fight, I have no doubt in my mind that the next fight that Adrian Bronner fights is going to be somebody tough. And he is a bigger name than Keith Thurman is. But he ain't outside the ring, he can be a buffoon. Inside the ring, there's some shit that needs to be that he really needs to work on. But as far as like what he's willing to do and what he's willing to do to be the best boxer or whatever, one of the things he doesn't have a problem doing is taking tough fights, taking fights that people think he can lose. Anthony Joshua don't want to take, in my opinion, doesn't want to take a fight that he thinks he can lose because he thinks he already made it. Keith Thurman doesn't want to take a fight that he thinks he can lose because he thinks he already made it. And that, in my opinion, is bitch-isms. That's bitch-isms, okay? And I think they're making those, and I think they're both making conscious decisions to do that. Just to compare that to Terence Crawford. Terence Crawford, I think the reason that Terence Crawford isn't going to fight the absolute best at welterweight is not because Terence Crawford won't fight them, but because the other guys have no incentive to fight Terence Crawford, right? That's the difference. You're going to see, that's why the Amir Khan, I'm not going to blast on Terence Crawford for this Amir Khan bullshit. It's bullshit, though. I'm just be cut to the fucking chase. It's bullshit. It's a fight that I'm going to pay for because I'm going to support Bud Crawford, but it's bullshit. He's getting knocked the fuck out, okay? He's getting knocked out. Is there a chance that he doesn't get, that Khan doesn't get knocked out? Yes, there's a chance. And when he's not getting knocked out, will it be a more interesting fight than the other fights, than Jeff Horn and Jose Benavidez? Maybe. Maybe Amir Khan is a tougher fight than Jeff Horn. Maybe. Because if Jeff Horn was fighting Amir Khan, my money's on Jeff Horn over Amir Khan. And I know the triangle shit don't work. But that's not because if Jeff Horn, if Terence Crawford was offered Errol Spence next, I believe Terence Crawford would take that fight right away. Like, how much? What's that Cardi B line? Where's the pen? Bitch, I'm signing. Right? That is what I believe he would do. Terence Crawford, contract for Errol Spence? Where's the pen? Let's go. Errol Spence, Keith Thurman. Oh, where's the pen? Ow, shit. Ow. I got bone spurs. That's some shit Keith Thurman would do. Snacks B in the building. What's good, man? What's good, man? Tito Chitanda said, hell nah, bro. Khan's getting knocked out in 6 rounds. Yeah, I mean, about something like that, dog. The time will explain. Oh, y'all going back with that shit. But, all right, hold on, man. Let me check this. Shoot. BFTB. Hey, salute, BFTB. Snacks B says, salute for 9 International Boxing Channel. Pound LWC. Yes, sir. Oh, and by the way, I haven't seen Toon Robinson, but and Gregory Whyte. Let me hit both of those cats up. The daily gong for them cats. Support Bud. Yeah, support Bud. I absolutely support Bud. Ronald Jones said, I told you, they're going to get mad at me. I'm going to pay for the fight. Okay? I'm going to pay my $75, whatever the hell it is, that I get for criticizing that fight. I'm paying to criticize that fight. I am paying for the fight. I'm not going to illegally stream Terence Bud Crawford. I'm going to pay him. I'm going to throw my dime in the I'm going to throw it in the pot, dog. Okay? I threw my pot in there, my penny in the pot for AB. I threw my penny in the pot for Deontay Wilder. I'm throwing my money in the pot for Errol Spence Jr., Mikey Garcia. Okay? I am not throwing my money in the pot for Lomachenko, though. I believe what Gervonta Davis said about him. Hell no, he ain't pound for pound. He got 12 fights. That shit's disrespectful. That's disrespectful to the game to say that Lomachenko's pound for pound with 12 fights. That shit's disrespectful to the game. That's disrespectful. I can't wait to do. I got to do a video about that, man. I've been wanting to do that video about what he said about what Gervonta Davis said about Lomachenko for a while. And Gervonta Davis didn't even put himself up there pound for pound. And I think Gervonta Davis is a beast, man. God, dog, please don't get arrested for any amount of time so I can go full-fledged pro Gervonta. Because I'm about to go full-fledged pro Gervonta Davis. That dude can go, man. I'm a huge fan of Gervonta Davis in the ring. Huge fan. BFTB, AJ needs WBC belt. Then he has no choice to go 50-50 with Wilder. Y'all going crazy about that. Look, man, Anthony Joshua acts a bitch, man. Okay? I have respect for Anthony Joshua fans once you admit that he acts a bitch, okay? Just so, yeah, I think he can beat Wilder, but he does act a bitch. He really, really does. Justifying his bitch-isms, that's just going to lead to more bitch-isms, okay? It's not good, man. Like, man, he's too big for his daddy to smack, you know? Like, his daddy can't do it, but his daddy needed to whoop his ass a little more when he was young. Because he got big, baby. Yeah, hey, Charles Darty, yeah, Tank's a beast, man. Tank is a beast. BFTB getting defensive, block my comment because you know it's a true soft. Yeah, he didn't block your comment. Your comment is right here. Gervonta ain't ducking no Lomachenko. He ain't ducking Lomachenko. He's 130 pounds. How is he ducking? Lomachenko went to 135. He could have stayed his ass around there, waited on him, give him the big check. Give him the big check. It's money Lomachenko, ain't it? Now, y'all going to be, you really heard about this? When if Lomachenko ever fights Gervonta Davis, dude, he's going to get beat up, dude. He's going to get his ass beat up. Remember, you heard it here first. Lomachenko had, what is it? He got 12 months. Lomachenko got 12 months, dog. 12 months. He's got the year 2019. If they don't make that fight by the end of 2019, dude, it's gonna be a wrap on that dude. Dog, Gervonta Davis is going to hurt that dude, man. You remember I said it, dog. He's gonna bust that. Because every time he hits that dude in the eye, his shit's gonna bleed. His shit look like paper mache, man. Look at Lomachenko's eyes. Lomachenko's eyes look like paper mache up here. Thin, man. Real thin. And he got dropped by Linares. Got slapped up and went the distance with Jose Pedraza. Telling you, man, it ain't too far off. And Gervonta Davis's weight class is 135. It is 135. You just remember, right now, I give Lomachenko the edge. But in 2020, it's a wrap, dog. Once his ass hits 32, once he go, them angles, they already figured out them angles ain't worked in 2 fights. By the way, his angles, he's 0 for 2 with them angles, right? He has won his last couple of fights with plan B, which was body shot. Walk him down, body shot. That's how he knocked out Linares. That's how he dropped Jose Pedraza. Walk him down, body shot. Walk your ass in there with Tank and throw a body shot. Try to stand in that motherfucker and hit him with a body shot. Your shit will go. His head is on a swivel, dog. Okay, he got a neck. All right, his shit gonna go blah 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 blah. I'm telling you, this shit's gonna be trouble, man. I'm telling you, shit's gonna be trouble, dog. It's gonna be trouble, dog. Y'all don't want us to believe it, but I'm telling you, believe it, dog. I don't know where Keith is from. Beetlejuice, you got thrown up out of here. You probably smells like fried chicken. What do you? Oh shit. Oh shit. One of you morons, dog. How do you know? You know how you know how some fried chicken smells? Because you eat it. Because you eat it. That's a stupid racist. If you're going to be a racist, don't be a stupid one. It smells like fried chicken because you know what fried chicken smells like. Because the number one consumer in America of fried chicken are European Americans. Okay? You all go to Chick-fil-A. You take your ass right over to Kentucky Fried Chicken. You eat Bush's Chicken if you in Texas. They not making any money off us. Every time I go to a line and get some of them chicken tenders, which are fried chicken, I see a line full of European Americans in line. Everywhere I go, every neighborhood got one, dog. If you in the suburbs of Illinois, it's Browns. Suburbs of Chicago, it's Browns chicken. Okay? You corny motherfuckers want to make fun of people for doing the same shit you do. Everybody likes fried chicken. How can you not like fried chicken? Stupid. It could have been a Shaq reference too, though. Shaq has always says it smells like barbecue chicken. Yeah, it could be. It could be. I'll say Bush's sides are bland as hell. That's why they dump all that damn. They have that gravy. I was like, what the hell is this gravy shit? I don't eat fried chicken though, because I'm not trying to be fat. I'm trying my best not to. So I've been backing off a bit. Everybody likes fried chicken. Y'all make fun of black people for everything you all like. It should be killing me. It's like, why do you make fun of people for things you wish you had and things that you like? It's like your insults, like say you're insulting yourself, right? Even the welfare queen shit. The vast majority of people on welfare are not African Americans, they're European Americans. That's the vast majority of people on SNAP, vast majority of people on any form of welfare, right? But some of y'all just put a black face on and get you dumb motherfuckers to go against it. When it's you are the ones that get all that money, right? Even like affirmative action. Affirmative action doesn't help. The primary beneficiary of affirmative action are European American women. It's not black men. It's not Mexican men. It's European American women are the number one beneficiary of affirmative action. By far, okay? By far. But you act like it's us. They benefit from it because the people that run you don't want you to have it. So they say we have it. And your dumb asses say, oh, they have it. We don't like that. Even though you're the motherfuckers that got it. Jeez Louise, catch a clue, dummy. I remember when I was on a plane, I was torturing this dude too. Torturing him. By the way, the cat wound up passing away. He was an MMA, not an MMA. He was, I think it's a WWE wrestler. His name was Chris Benoit. I didn't know who he was when he was in a plane, but I saw a picture of him later. I was like, that's Chris Benoit. That's the guy I was on a plane with. Rest in peace. The dude was reading the New Republic thing, and I used to be on the plane being an asshole, right? Being an asshole. Because I would start conversations with people, and I would explain like why it is like people vote against their own interest. And I'd be like, mostly Southern European Americans don't realize that they're voting against their own interest. When you're talking about welfare reform, that's their money. It's tax dollars paid in majority by wealthy European Americans that go to subsidize the life of impoverished European Americans. That is the primary function of welfare. And they vote against it every time, even though it's their money. Like, no, we don't want our money. No, we don't want that. Right? They'll tax you if you're wealthy. But if you're poor, they don't want to give you nothing. All they do is put a Mexican dude's face on it and let you dumb motherfuckers vote against it. This dude's whole fucking face, because he was one of them juiced up dudes, his whole face was turning red, and I was loving that shit. Because I did it because I saw what magazine he was reading. I was like, oh, he's one of these dudes. Watch me torture this dude. And I just started having a conversation with my wife. And my wife was like, why are you talking about this shit? I don't give a shit about this. And I was thinking, you don't realize I'm torturing this dude right over there. Because they hate it. Because it's the truth. It's the truth. Oh, you got timed out? He said, hell yeah, there are a lot of poor folk on welfare. Yeah, absolutely. Absolutely. And they vote for themselves. They vote against themselves all the time. They shoot themselves in the foot more than we do. But you make fun of me. You helping me, okay? Hey, close down the IRS next year, please. Close the motherfuckers down for 3 years, okay? Oh. That's my car. My alarm went off because I hit it in my pocket. You sound pretty smart. I don't know, man. If you say so, Fannon, I think we have a higher percentage of welfare. But fuck a percentage. That percentages are a bullshit fucking argument. Okay, let me tell you, percentages is a bullshit argument. Raw numbers are what counts, not percentages. Okay, not percentages. A higher percentage in the African American community or Black community probably is. But when you have 3 times as many people on it, the vast majority of actual people, the vast percentage of actual money go to them. The most people that are hurt when you reduce that are them. Percentages, that's just some way to analyze some shit. That's like an analytical tool. Real shit is the real number. How many? Oh, well, we got 15 Black people, 7 of them are on or receive some type of government subsidy. That's 50%, right? But then you got another group that's got 100, right? 100 of them, and they only got 30%. That's 30 people versus 7 people. And if you get rid of it, who gets hurt more? The 30 people. 30 people. Because we're just people. We're all really just people, right? American citizens. We're American citizens. Okay? So when you stop that, how many people get hurt? How many people lose that? Right? How many people lose that? And they use that percentage argument to get people who are going to get hurt the most to vote for it, to be okay with it. You know what I mean? It's like, it doesn't matter. Like, if you say percentages, right? Who get paid more? Well, Errol Spence Jr. gets 80% of, say this. Errol Spence Jr. gets 70% of the pay-per-view for his Danny Garcia fight, for Mikey Garcia fight, right? And say it generates $50 million, right? And he gets 70% of that, right? That's $35 million, right? Now, say Manny Pacquiao, right, gets 40% of his fight with Floyd Mayweather Jr., but that does 200 million, right? 40 is damn near equal to 70 because of the total numbers that are in it, right? So that would be like if you got 40, or say you got 50% of it, that's $100 million. 40% of it is 80 million. What is it? 40% of 100, yeah, it's $80 million. 40% would be $80 million. So the 40% of Pacquiao is worth more than the 70% for Errol Spence. The money counts. The percentage is just some way to try to give you some type of clue into the effect within some specific subset of the actual number. This bullshit. It's like for sure, like if you take 100 rocks, right, and you put 100 rocks in a bucket, and you say there's 100 rocks that you just picked up randomly, okay, $100 in 100 rocks in a bucket, and you weigh it, and it weighs 100 pounds. That would tell you that the average weight of a rock in that bucket is a pound, right? 100 rocks, it weighed 100 pounds. So that means the rocks in there average 100 a pound, right? I mean, a pound per rock. But then you look in there and you realize that none of those 100 rocks actually weigh a pound. Some of them weigh 10 pounds. Some of them could weigh 3 ounces, right? That's what I'm saying. Those analytics, they only get you so far. But what is really going on is what is most important. Again, I could tell you I had a bucket of rocks and there was 100 rocks and the bucket weighed 100 pounds, that there's not going to be a single rock in that bucket that weighs a pound. Although the numbers tell you that they should all weigh a pound, right? But none of them actually will. Statistics are just some high-level view that doesn't actually get you this. It doesn't get you what's going on. And here's the thing, even if you look at the numbers for that welfare thing, right? Say the government wants to they're trying to save money, right? And then you have 50% of black people in America being on welfare, right? That's 20 million people, right? But they got 200 million. There's only 30 of those, right? So where are they going to save most of their money? They're saving the vast majority of their money on not giving European Americans welfare, right? If I'm the upper class wealthy cat, and I don't want to pay out my money, right? Who am I going to save the money on? You're not going to save money by not giving it to them, not giving it to black Americans, because there's not as much. You're not paying much money. You're going to save your money by not giving it to European Americans. And that's the bait and switch in that. That's the bait and switch. And most times that shit is bait and switch. They point at a subsection of people and say what a huge problem this is, right? But not realizing this. Well, and people don't catch, hold on. I'm voting for my own. I'm voting for them to take money away from me. Not just them, but from me. That's just, hey, but you do what you're doing, all right? Do what you're going to do. Believe what you're going to believe. I'm just trying to told you. Said, poor people already poor. What else you want from them? Get mad at the billionaires paying you less of worth. I mean, dog, look, man, I'm saying I got a different approach to it. If chat act normally, we will cease. I'm not sure that. Oh, you stats are inanimate. Stats can be stats. I mean, stats can't be the people can be though. Greg, shut the fuck up. I didn't give you that number. I fucking came up with dude, listen to what the fuck is being said, man. I didn't say that was true. I used an example. I said, for example. Do you know what for example means? I'm not saying 50% are. I used a round number. Stop looking for fucking shit to argue with and listen to the point. Or get the fuck out. I'm not giving you actual numbers. I'm trying to explain a concept. And you're like behaving like you're 11 years old or something. Arguing about, who said 50%? Where are you getting your numbers from? Anyway, man, seriously, that type of crap gets me, man. Listen to what is being said first. Understand what the point is. And you won't get caught up on some sub point, right? That's like adds confusion to it. Somebody's giving you an example. My overall point was this. You want to argue with some hypothetical that I brought up to prove the point. You must be very hard to have a classroom with, to be in a classroom with, or to have a discussion with, because you're not understanding. You're like stuck in the trees and missing the forest. Okay? Hold on. Forest has more than trees. Forest has grass. What about the grass? Hold on. There's 100 trees in the forest, but what about the bushes? What about the rocks? What about the ants? Just get out of here, man. People listen to argue instead of listening to understand. Exactly, dude. Exactly. You listening like, how can I debate with you? Listen to the point, because if you listen to somebody's point, you might actually be able to win the argument. Most times, that's the easiest way to do it. Because this is another thing people will do. People will give you a bunch of like, there's a guy, much respect to this cat, Boxing Wave 101. Shout out to Boxing Wave 101. He came, we had a debate. Now, this debate is completely hypothetical, right? My opinion versus, or not hypothetical, my opinion versus your opinion, okay? It's an opinion. Who the greatest fighter ever is an opinion. All right, there's no fact to that. All right, I say it's Ali. You could say it's Floyd Mayweather Jr. Somebody else could say it's Sugar Ray Robinson, right? It's an opinion. But the way that I said, we had a debate about whether or not, we went back and forth, not a full-out debate. He's like, it's Sugar Ray Robinson. And I was like, hell no, it's not Sugar Ray Robinson. Ali would whoop Sugar Ray Robinson. How can you be better than somebody that whooped you, right? That's what I said. Then he came back and said, hold on. If that's true, then you're saying that Sugar Ray Robinson is Chris Areola is a greater fighter than Sugar Ray Robinson, because Chris Areola is a heavyweight and Sugar Ray Robinson probably couldn't beat him. He's a middleweight. It's too small, right? How do you get out of that? By not getting into that argument, right? I could say, oh, well, maybe Sugar Ray Leonard Robinson could beat Chris Areola. No, I'm not. You know what I'm going to say? I'm going to get back to my argument, to the original argument. I'm not talking about Chris Areola. I'm talking about Muhammad Ali. I'm not even going to go there with you about whether or not Sugar Ray Robinson is not as great a fighter as every heavyweight that ever fought, or every top 10 heavyweight today. Because Sugar Ray Robinson probably couldn't beat those guys. We're going to just stick with whether or not Muhammad Ali is a greater fighter than Sugar Ray Robinson. Okay, and I'm going to deal with my statement. I'm not going to get into your argument into the grass about that, because the truth of the matter is it's an opinion either way. But why do I think Sugar Ray Robinson? I mean, Ali, because Sugar Ray Robinson's record is not any better than Muhammad Ali's. And Muhammad Ali was the most famous athlete in the world. And Muhammad Ali's name is synonymous with boxing. There's almost no boxing fan that does not know who he is. And unfortunately, there are plenty of boxing fans that have never heard of Sugar Ray Robinson, unfortunately. So I just went back and stuck with my argument, right? But if you pay attention to the whole argument, right, that's how I got out of those weeds. Go back to the main argument. But you got to listen to, and in my example, I'm using the argument that I'm making. And I also looked at not his specific point. I looked at his argument. He doesn't believe that Chris Areola is better than Sugar Ray. He's making the argument that Chris Areola is better. No, he just wants to convince me that Sugar Ray Robinson's better than Muhammad Ali, so that he can then move on to use Floyd Mayweather Jr. and switch Floyd Mayweather Jr. into the position of Sugar Ray Robinson. So he can make the argument that Floyd Mayweather Jr. is a better or greater fighter than Muhammad Ali. But in order to do that, you got to understand what the overall point is and stay there. Anyway, Alan Gregg, so your point is, my point is get the fuck out. That's my point. Got any more questions? Any more questions? Oh, yeah. BFTB doesn't like to talk resumes because it will destroy his arguments. Lewis Coleman, no. I'm gonna go with Lewis with best fight the best on that, because resumes are whose resume is better is your opinion. That's your opinion, and the resume doesn't mean that you'll beat somebody because you have somebody's name on your resume. Doesn't. And if you're going to argue resume, then you got to super dissect every fight, when it happened, how old they were they injured during that fight? Were they not injured during that fight? How are you going to extrapolate that to that's a bunch of bullshit. Resumes, debating the resume of somebody is what I consider to be the last refuge of a coward. That's the last refuge of a coward. You want to debate some piece of paper and some statistics on a piece of paper to get out of what would actually happen if the two dudes fought. because the only way you're going to know what would happen if the two dudes fight is if they actually fight. Your resumes never fight. They never fight. Keith Thurman's resume is much better than Josecito Lopez, and he almost got beat up by Josecito Lopez. Resumes in debates are last refuge of a fucking scoundrel. Because that shit doesn't mean anything. It's your opinion. Even when you start trying to say who had the better resume, who the fuck cares? Their resume's not even complete. Argue about who has it. You would have to argue, these guys would literally have to be fighting the same people at the same time, the same day, for those actual fights, for what's on that piece of paper to prove anything. People run the resumes so that they can say, oh, well, who's he fought? Deontay Wilder's resume is attacked on the consistent basis by AJ fans. Oh, well, who he knows? He's fought 40 bums. First of all, how many bums did AJ fight? Whoa, look how many more people he fought in 22 fights. The fuck does that mean? He can still jump out there and get his ass knocked out. He can still get knocked out. He's got to get in the ring to fight. Resumes don't fight. Okay? I'm going to tell you what I use resumes for. I use them to try to, because I don't remember what day and month the fight happened on. If somebody comes to my page and says, like this morning, Josecito Lopez he's not fought in the last 2 years. Oh, okay, let me go see his resume. No, he fought 9 months ago. He's fought once a year for the last 5 years. So it's not true that he did not fight in the last 2 years. That's what they're good for. Okay, did Muhammad Ali beat Joe Louis? I'm debating somebody. No, Muhammad Ali never beat Joe Louis. They never fought. Yes, he did. No, he didn't. Look, let's look at their resume. See, Muhammad Ali's name is not on that resume. And Joe Louis is not on his resume. That's the only objective thing that resumes are good for. Telling you objective facts. These motherfuckers take that shit and try to make subjective determinations out of the objective facts laid out in somebody's fight history. You will never win an argument with a resume comparison. Because it's opinion. If you try to say somebody has a better resume than somebody else, that's your opinion. Even somebody will say, look at Lomachenko's resume. He's got 12 fights, and look at how many title defenses he's had. I could just as well say, well, look, he's only had 12 fights. The objective thing in that resume is he's only had 12 fights. How do we know what he's going to do in 20? You can't predict the future off of his resume. You can't say, oh, well, look how many, because people will try that stupid shit. How many wins he had after 12 fights. And look how many wins, how many title defenses Mayweather had when he was at 12 fights. But then he'd be like, oh, well, how old was Floyd Mayweather when he had 12 fights? 19? How old was Lomachenko when he got his 12th fight? 30? So you're trying to compare a 19-year-old to a 30-year-old? You're talking about a kid who's fucking barely out of puberty to somebody that's a full-grown fighter who had 400 amateur fights? That's a false comparison. You can't compare resumes like that. Only thing resumes are good for, Louis Coleman, is verifying objective facts. When did they fight? What was the outcome of the fight? Who was the promoter of the fight? What date was the fight on? Who else fought on the undercard? That's the only thing that they're worth. Resume comparisons on boxing debates are the last refuge of a scoundrel. When you can't win your argument some other way, you compare resumes and you try to make your subjective opinion turn that into fact when it's not fact. And I'm telling you, they do that with Luis Ortiz. Constantly doing that with Luis Ortiz. Who did he fight? He's 48. Well, the resume say 39. Why you keep saying he's 48? Oh, because we all know that's not true. Oh, but that's not true. But the rest of the shit you're saying is true. The only way you know, and this is what Best Fight the Best is saying. Only way you know is if the best fights, operative word, fights the best. Fight. Fight. Kell Brook had a better resume than Errol Spence Jr. What happened in the fight? He got his eye busted and he got quit on his knee. Man, what's going on, man? Scott Adams, much love in the super chat. Oh, man, Tommy Dorr said facts. Much love in the super chat. Yes, sir. That's all that shit's good for, Lewis. That's all it's good for. And that's what people do, resume. That's if you're trying to say who has the better resume, the operative word is better. How do you determine who's better? Oh, because I have these my own subjective opinion about what makes it better. Right? Even when you do statistical analysis of the resume and you assign points for different things, you say, oh, okay, because this is dumbass channel, and I'll call this dumb motherfucker, because you a dumb motherfucker, okay? And the worst type of dumb motherfucker is somebody that don't know what they're saying is stupid. If you have to come up with some advanced statistical analysis to determine that Muhammad Ali has a great resume, you're a moron. You shouldn't even have to ask that question. You know he does. You know who the people he fought are. But what they want to do is this. They want to make something subjective out of something objective out of something that's subjective. BoxRec does this. So for their pound for pound, we're going to give you 1 point for whether if he was the number one rated, or 10 points if he was number 10 at the time, 10 rated, number one if he was ranked number one, we're going to give you, we're going to give you 1 point if he was ranked number 10, 2 points if he was ranked number 9, all the way up to 10 points if he's ranked number 1 at the time by the sanctioning body. But then we're also going to take into factor the record in the last 5 fights that he had, and we're going to give you 0.25 points per win, all that shit. And then you put that into a formula, and then you spit out an output, right? That is still, even though you're using objective numbers, that's still a subjective determination because you're assigning the points. You're deciding what you value more. Do you value a number 1 guy 10 times as much as a number 10? Well, who was the number 10? Who was the number 10? Oh, the number 10 was Ife Agagba. Oh, and who was the number 1? It was Chris Arreola. Well, why were they ranked number 1 and ranked number 10? Well, Chris Arreola's promoter paid to get him that ranking. In Ife Agagba, it was his 15th fight. So he hadn't got enough, and his promoter didn't pay the money. There's all kind of stuff in that. The only way that you're going to determine who's better is who gets in the ring. Okay? That's it. And saying, oh, well, he fought all these guys. None of these guys were in the top 10. He knocked every one of them out, though. He knocked every one of them out. He beat every one of them. Why are you discrediting him for beating somebody? He knocked the guy out. That doesn't just be, it's like you try to use, well, he only knocked out a guy that was ranked number 20. Does that mean because you knock out a guy that's number 20 that you won't knock out a guy that's ranked number 1? Why does that mean that you can't knock? It doesn't mean that. But subjectively, you will give it whatever merit you want to give it, which is why I guarantee you will never beat any reasonable motherfucker with arguments about resume. Because the way you're interpreting it, more likely is not, is your opinion, unless you're trying to give some proof of fact. Okay, well, what is he ranked right now? Well, he's ranked number 6 right now. Okay, yeah, we can agree that he's ranked number 6 because it says it right there under the WBC website. Rankings came out for the month of January 2019. That's the best you're going to get out of that, dude. Lewis Cohen, what you said is a fact, and he ducked me. Thurman is not fighting Arrow no time soon. He's more hungry than, which is also a fact. and a duck to me, more than likely he's not going to take that fight, man. You know, more than likely he's not going to take that. Fannon, but when all the smoke with all them paper champs on the PBC side be talking all that smack until they in the building with Bud, then they sing another tune. That's not true, man. Errol Spence Jr. didn't sing another tune, and Errol Spence Jr. went looking for him. He went looking for him. He said, I knew you were going to be here. I came to see Maurice Hooker's from Dallas. Maurice Hooker was trained in your gym. I knew you was going to be here. I walked back here to find you. Didn't he? Didn't he? I think he did. I think he did. So I can't go with that, dog. I'm an Arrow fan though. So, but but that's my opinion. Hey, by the way, we got 257 people in the building, man. Let's hit the likes. Let's get the likes up over 200. I would appreciate it. And if you're not subscribed, please subscribe. And also, again, I got my Patreon channel up and rolling. I'm doing several videos a week on topics about non-boxing things. I want to move those topics off of the live stream discussion. I did one on abortion. I think you'll find it interesting, especially if you're a young man with a family, or if you ever have a debate with somebody about that subject. Separating what you can do about it from what you cannot do about it, which I think is a really healthy way to solve problems and look at things in life, man. Because there's a lot of confusion. We got to try to get confusion out of the picture, man. So I greatly appreciate it, man. If you guys could, the people that are interested in that, because I got some other topics we're going to talk about this week too. Go check out the Patreon, and the link for the Patreon is below, but I'll attach it. For now, question: is Thurman ducking Arrow a fact in your opinion? That's completely an opinion. Is it a fact in my opinion, or a fact in your opinion? It's my opinion. It's an opinion. Da da da. Shit. There you go. Don't try to trick bag me, dog. You can't trick bag me. It's an opinion. Clearly, it's an opinion. Oh, Bernard Ghost said, very good analysis, bro. Thanks, man. I appreciate that, man. Fighter's resume means everything. It's what they look at when it's all said and done. No, it does not mean everything. Resume does not mean everything. It means a lot. It doesn't mean everything. I can tell you a whole bunch. I can tell you what means more than a resume. Your life. Okay? Clearly, your life means more than your resume. Your health means more than your resume. Okay? For many people, your money means more than your resume. At the end of it, actually mean something like you can't pay your rent with your resume. You know what I mean? You can't. Doesn't mean everything. It's important, right? Especially when you're talking about people's opinion of you and your pride and all that. It means a lot, right? It means a lot for you to be able to get shots at certain belts. It allows you to do things while you're active. You know what I mean? But it doesn't mean everything. D-Lo 404 said, where was AJ at 8 fights? Spinks must be better. Exactly. I was doing that all the time. I did the Spinks more for Lomachenko. Because people are like, who was ever won a major championship faster? I was like, Leon Spinks. Leon Spinks. Oh no, but, and some more butts, homie. Butts and more butts. You know what I mean? Butts and more butts. Hold on one second. Fucking people. You know, spend money on nothing. Excuse me. Where was AJ at 85? Yeah. Yep, resumes don't win fights. Nope. Oh, Jeff Marshall, Arrow pulled up on Top Rank event looking for Bud. Bud never came to PBC looking for Arrow ever. Man down, Team Spence. Jeff Marshall. Yeah, dog, he ain't been running. Dog, that's some shit y'all held on to. Y'all, man, I'm just glad that situation's over because you tear Bud Crawford fans looking for anything, man. You looking for anything. They got to fight, but they both got fights coming up. They both got fights coming up. You know? They both got fights coming up. Yeah, there you go. Best fight, the best set it. Keep it 100. So you think resume means you can avoid fighters and that you can beat someone you never fought. That's it. That's why that resume argument shit doesn't work, dude. That's why that resume argument shit doesn't work. Because they have to fight. Because you can go in time and time again, dog, where guys had better resumes and lost the fight, man. Whyte didn't have a resume better than Adonis Stevenson. Look what happened in that fight. That he should have been like, oh, I don't have to fight Whyte. He's never won a belt. Who's he fought? I'm gonna fight him. And if you accept that, like if you accept that resume thing, the top fighter never has to fight anybody. You can never ask for a top fighter to fight anybody because they have the better resume. It's like the first guy to a major win, the game's over. He win. I beat him first. That's it. I got there first. It's over. I never have to fight anybody else. Even if you have all the belts, you have the best resume, you want definitively like you've beaten everybody that's out there. And this guy who's now has only beat some of your leftovers and some other people, if he gets to be number one and he deserves the shot, the champion's got to fight him. Better resume or not better resume. I'm telling you, man, that resume argument is crap. It's crap. And it's just loaded. It's loaded with assumptions. You're loaded with assumptions, man. Even when you're like, there's this thing about like sentencing, right? In like, there's this, criminal reform or like, what is it? Like reforming, like criminal justice reforms, right? Where they're trying to make changes to sentencing and like less people, so they have less people go to jail, who gets bond, who doesn't get bond, right? All of that type of stuff. And they're trying to come up with these algorithms, right? Algorithms to determine, who gets bond, who doesn't, who gets this, who gets that, whatever, right? But they're based on algorithm. And there's this mathematician that came out with this book. It was like mathematics of mass destruction. Because even though you're putting it in a formula, you're still using your assumptions to develop that formula. So you're hiding what is obvious, what is subjective behind numbers and saying, well, look, I'm just going to put this formula out there and I don't know who the individuals are that are, but the general categories of people, where people are going to wind up being, and you can easily skew that stuff. So where you might not be trying to find you're not finding one person, but who it's going to hurt. Who's going to hurt. It's going to hurt people who are low income, right? More so than it's going to help. It's going to hurt more people in this area of town, more so than it will hurt people in the other area of town. Because you're like, well, we're going to give people, we're going to incarcerate people who live, 1 out of 5 people that are incarcerated under this system are going to be from people that live in districts that are high crime rate, because it's more likely that we're going to get better results, right? So which means people in the suburbs are never going to get it. Maybe 1 out of 100 in the suburbs are going to get it, and 5 out of 10 people in the city are going to get it. So who that's going to be more likely than not, and it's not going to change the circumstance. But now I think that's like mathematics of mass destruction. If you had an opinion, say it's an opinion, okay? Depending on if it's a nonviolent crime or boot camp or nonviolent offender. I mean, I don't know what the specific thing is going to be, but still, I'm just examples. Let me see where I am with this shit. Okay. Fannon, do you think about Gary Russell's brother? I think he's going to be a force, man. I mean, I want to see him fight more. But I mean, I suspect he'd be a good fighter, man. He looked good. First of all, he's got like 5 of them. You talking about Gary Antoine Russell? I think he looks pretty good. You make a Patreon about our mass incarceration problem. I'll check that out. Yeah, no problem. I can do it. I usually do suggestions for people that are Patreon. So, like, you know, same time, man, same time. Join the Patreon and I'll make the video that you want. Other than that, dog, you got to check out what hits me. I got to make that better. I've done talks on issues with mass incarceration. I got no problem doing it. Matter of fact, there's something up there now about it. I ain't got to do it. I got a video that I did about Hillary Clinton, and it talks about, and it's a video. Basically, that one's done a little different, but it's in a video form, dude. And it talks about Hillary Clinton and talks about how that mass incarceration process problem really kicked off, and her, you know, welfare reform, the welfare reform that took money away from children and education and moved it into prisons. That's already up. Matter of fact, it's already up. You can go check it out. It's the video about why it had something to do why I couldn't vote for Hillary Clinton. It's in there. So yeah, join the Patreon. What's my Patreon? It is right. It's actually right here. This is my Patreon. Yeah, that's a Patreon right there. But yeah, man, I'm doing a lot. I'm just going to do talks about, I got maybe one boxing video up there, but I'm really going to try to keep it off of boxing. And just talk about issues with young men, and specifically, you know, I got one up there with about racism, white supremacy. It isn't what you think it is. That's one that is the baseline of the other videos I'm going to do. That's a little heady, but I think it's worth the listen. Oh, remove and, sorry. I think I got remove the and. Oh, Lauren Bill said, damn, Fannon, you're probably one of the only people that I know the real deal on the Clintons. I couldn't vote for if I wanted to. No, I couldn't do it. My parents were mad at me about that shit too, and I was like, I'm not doing it. I'm sorry. And I don't regret it. I didn't vote for him either. But you're not going to get me to press a button with her name on it. I'm not going to do it. Not going to do it. And it was important enough. Usually, if I didn't want to vote for somebody, I just say my vote's my point. But with my parents and with people around me, I was very, very direct. I'm not voting for her. You will never get my vote. You can't. No. Most of that shit these real far right-wing Republicans or right-wing people said about her, most of that shit's true. Outside of the outlandish stuff, I'm not talking about the outlandish stuff that I can't prove or they can't prove, but her being somebody that needs to be in jail, it's true. It's true. I think she's terrible. I think she's an absolutely terrible person. Sorry. For me, sorry, I couldn't do it, man. Shit, I'm gonna buy a year and 2 weeks. What is that? I wrote in Barry Sanders. Yeah, man, write in Barry Sanders. I ain't any problem with how anybody uses their things. I'm just saying, I don't believe in the lesser of two evils. That shit's not gonna go for me. If I ain't voting for him, I ain't voting for her. And what people would try to use this argument on me is why I don't do tricky dick arguments. Okay, I don't do that. If you vote for her, if you didn't vote for her, you voted for him. No, I didn't. Because if I didn't vote for him, I voted for her. So take the shit that way. Okay. If my not voting for her means I voted for him, okay, then I voted either I voted for neither one of them or I voted for both of them because I didn't vote for him. Does that mean I didn't vote for her? Oh, no, it doesn't mean. Yes, it does mean that. Stop playing fucking games, okay? I'm not playing games. That shit in Libya, that shit in Ecuador, that shit with that shit with the welfare reform, that shit with the prison with the omnibus crime bill, all that shit. I'm sorry, I can't do it. Can't do it. I'm not gonna do it. Would not do it. And this black chick that's running next, I'll look up at her too. If she I doubt very much that she's got that much baggage on her head. I doubt it. It's not even possible for her to have that much shit on her head. But we'll see when we will see. You know what I'm saying? We will see. Let me check these super chats out real quick. Jay Bird in the building. Much love in the super chat, dog. I appreciate you, man. But here's the thing, too, man. With people with this fun, I'm gonna get off before too long. Look, here's the thing. Just because you disagree with somebody doesn't mean they're always wrong. Okay? And if you disagree with everything somebody says, more than likely you're wrong about something. More than likely you're wrong about something. Okay? There's a reason those people didn't like her, dude. Okay? And they're not going to use those people that I don't necessarily care for as a reason to ignore her. Right? That was the big pitch. Look what they believe. They don't like her, so therefore we got to get her in because they don't like her. Nah. Okay? No. That's the same argument that I'm using about that whole fried chicken thing. Dog, fried chicken is good. I like that. They can make fun of me for liking fried chicken. That don't mean I ain't gonna like fried chicken. I like fried chicken. They're right. I like fried chicken. You can crack a joke on it, but it's true. I like fried chicken. And so do y'all. Okay? They ain't wrong about everything. Black people do like fried chicken. But there ain't nothing wrong with it. There's nothing wrong with it. Everybody likes fried chicken. Everybody that eats chicken likes grease and chicken. Grease, bread, and chicken. Okay? The shit will kill you if you eat too much, but it's damn good, okay? Especially if it's done right. All right? What do you want me to say? You want me to feel bad about it, but I'm never going to eat that again. No, I cannot. I can never eat that. Yeah, I don't want to eat it because I don't want to get clogged arteries, and it's not the chicken, it's the grease, okay? It's not the chicken, it's the grease and the bread that's going to get you. But, anyway, man, like I said, man, my mom and dad were like on me about that shit, and I was like, I'm sorry, I cannot do it. My brother didn't vote for a completely other reason, a different reason, because he's out there right-wing, type of cat, and I'm not, but I have friends, and we'll be talking. And you got to learn, I just like, look, man, some things, your worst enemy is right about something, okay? Your worst enemy is right about something. No human being is wrong about everything, okay? They're not wrong about everything. And I think when you have people that you have a different ideology than you, who you might dislike personally, and they might be wrong about you, like being wrong, trying to judge people because they've got color in their skin as like they're just innately terrible people it's ridiculous. It's ridiculous, okay? People that believe like that, you're wrong about that shit, okay? I would say believing that a guy can't run fast because he doesn't have some skin in his color, you're wrong about that, okay? I've run into guys who are European who are fast as shit, okay? I've seen them. They can run. They can jump. Okay? They're not hopeless because they don't have, that's how I see it. But they're not wrong about everything. I'm not wrong about everything. I'm not right about everything. They're not right about everything. Okay? I think the challenge when you're trying to decide what you think is right for your life and how you're going to move in a way that makes you be more constructive is taking the time to consider their point. With Anthony Joshua, I consider Anthony Joshua's people's point. I do. I'm not going to say that I think that Anthony Joshua has no way that he's going to beat Deontay Wilder, because I don't believe that they're wrong about him being a good fighter. He's a good fighter, okay? He's not completely made up. He really does know how to fight. The cat is he's a legitimate heavyweight champion, okay? But they'll turn around and do something like totally reject anything that Deontay Wilder's ever done, so much so that they will give credit. They will try to diminish Deontay Wilder because his brother lost a fight. That's when when you're dealing with somebody that's unreal. That's a troll. That's a troll. You're just wanting to disagree about anything. When people make universals, Fannon is the worst channel in all of boxing. you can't be taken seriously. Okay? There's somebody that's worse than me at something. Okay? If you want to tell me that I'm like the worst actual boxer that has a YouTube channel, I would. I don't think there's a professional boxer in this world that I can beat. Be a terrible boxer, okay? I ain't throwing hands with none of them. But I'm not the worst, okay? Might not be the best, but I'm not the worst. When you say somebody else is the worst or nobody, and you're always this, you're completely full of that, that's when you know you're just bopping off at the lips, man. Okay? Sorry, I got sidetracked a little bit. Make sure check this. Okay, cool. All right, man. Oh, dang, I think I missed something. No, I didn't. That's my man, Jay Bird. Jay Bird. Thank you, sir. Dementia's never been. Oh, there's plenty of black folk with dementia. Best fight. Best fight the best. You're in the military, so you know. You know. Vote for Pedro out this. Oh, vote for Pedro out this bitch. Fannon, the chat's so mad I got a wrench. I don't disrespect people. I have a different opinion. If I didn't have one guys would block me for that. Doug, you have a wrench, Lewis Coleman. That's why you got wrenched up. Just keep talking. I appreciate it. It's a good conversation in the chat. You've been riding with, I know you ride with Keith Thurman. It's all good. Demo Crips and Republican. Hey man, it's the funny thing about that is this. Heart, it's like was it arteries and veins? Right? What is it? Arteries are blue, veins are red. One's taking it this way, the other's bringing it back. It's two parts of the same system, homie. Same part. It's two parts of the same system, man. Okay. And I don't have any. And they're politicians. Politicians are they're full of shit, dude. Okay. Politicians earn their living with their mouths. Okay. And you always got to be worried about a cat that strictly earns their living off their mouth. Okay. Even boxing channels, myself included. Hey, you talk. I do. Why are you okay? Jill sign, ain't nobody want it. She ain't. I don't know, you procrastinators. Anthony Joshua's next fight will do between 20 and 40 viewers on UK, no doubt about it, dog. If that, dude. I mean, you know, whatever it is, man. But look, man, what time is it? All right, it's 12. Look, man, I'm about to get out of here. Much love in the super chat, man. Check out the Patreon, man. I'm trying to get the subscribers to this channel where we like to have these type of conversations onto the Patreon page. I'm checking it daily, so if you leave comments, we can talk back and forth about it. I want to do things on like the Patreon channel. Like if you guys want to come on and discuss something, we'll do a video. Like we can do a conference call, record the conference call, put it up on the Patreon. Start doing those type of things, man. So if you can, I would greatly appreciate you becoming a patron on the Patreon. I got the link one more time. We're up to 12. I'm up to 11. I'm up to 11. So it's been a good time, man. We got more people joining, and we should start having real good conversations, man. Join the crowd. Anyway, with that, appreciate everybody out here, man. Check out my man KQKC Boxing. Should be coming on around 12:30. Also, World Breaker comes on. I'm not sure. World Breaker's time's been moving around. I think it's at 1:30, but then the other day I saw him like around the same time as Best Fight the Best. Best Fight the Best is coming on at, I believe it's 4:30 Eastern Standard Time, 3:30 Central Standard Time. Stay Ready Boxing is going to do one later today, I'm sure. What's Blazing in Sports got a bunch of great LDBC channels to check out their live streams. So please do that. And with that, I'm out. Peace.